Arun, could you get the door, please? Okay, good afternoon, everybody. How was the lunch? It was good? Okay, alright, so we ready to hear another presentation? Okay, this topic is called Am I Agile? We did this topic at Scrum Bangalore exactly 1 year before, right? And we're doing it now because this is evergreen. This is not related to any technology, but it's more related to how you think you are being agile as a mindset. Albert, you ready? Right after this, we're going to play games. So we're going to go back to our team rooms, and then Deepak will facilitate the game, which is about communications again. So, Albert?
Yes.
Am I agile?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. He's going to ask the same thing, okay?
Okay.
Roll, you should give him a chair.
Huh?
You need a chair to sit?
No need.
It's okay?
Yeah. As Maran told, this is not about technology, not even about Agile, to be frank. I'm not talking about Scrum or Agile or anything. This is about you. Okay. How many of you guys saw a movie called Inception? That's a good number. What is the total concept of that movie?
Inception.
Keep dreaming, that's one. But the core value of that particular movie is you plant a thought that will grow based on the thought you implanted. This presentation is saying on that lines. Okay. First one is, when we move to Agile, what are the dilemmas we have as developers, testers, architects, documentation team members, or managers? First, yes, that's that. First dilemma of moving to Agile as a developer is, how can I develop a software when I have ever-changing requirements? How many of us thought about that? Right? It changes every day. Requirement changes every day. In a sprint, once the sprint is finalized, the next sprint we don't know what is going to come. We may have some ideas, but whether that is fixed, no, we don't know. That's a dilemma.
We won't have job.
Yeah?
If you don't have requirements change, we can't
That is true, but in a
good for
earlier model, that is a traditional model, waterfall, we fix that total requirement that we are going to do only this much. Everything else is we don't. But in Agile, a very small portion we know, not even the full feature. Okay. As a tester, how can it test when features are not fully developed? Correct? You need to retest every time. That's the first question which is asked and which people refuse to. Okay. Third one is architect. How can I design a system without understanding its complete scope? Though they know a big picture, but that might not be the big picture. That might also change it. Because Agile, when we move to the Agile, we always look for flexibility in architecture also. Right? Not a concrete architecture that never changes. Even architecture changes. Right? Fourth is, as a writer, technical writer, how can I document system when all I get is a small chunk of work? Right? Because we don't build the complete feature on one sprint. We build small chunks, chunk by chunk. Right? The next one is, the anxiety of this is simple. How do I develop something without knowing the big picture of what I am talking about? Right? Second is, have anybody seen this or have anybody played this? Sorry. Right? As a kids, we used to play this. Connect the dots. This is easy. But can I do this? That's the first thought we get is, how can I do the same thing with software development? And you are asking me to do it, right? So this is what my introspection of what it is. Okay. So when I looked at it, I realized that our life never followed a waterfall model. Do you agree or not? Okay. Humans are always been agilist who practice agile in everyday life. Can you tell me one day you never followed that? You went in this constant route that never changed. Even today, while coming, you might have thought of a plan, route plan, but last minute due to traffic you might have changed. Right? That's an introspection and adaptation. Okay? So let's begin about that. During our infancy time, we always take the baby steps when we start walking. Correct? We never ran. We never took a very long step that will make us fall. Then, this is the beautiful thing. Have you took the first step on the first month of your birth? Or 7th month? Or for some it is 8th month. Right? So, the duration is 7 months at least. But before that, we had just-in-time requirements. What are those? Let's see. Turning to one side, dragging ourselves forward, okay, sitting up, crowning, and standing, then walking. Correct? These are the small stages we took before even taking that first step, right? And no one asked you to be, the requirement is first baby step, single baby step, then few baby steps, then walking without falling. No one asked you to be a sprinter on the first day, right? And or these tests or whatever stages we went through are based on a predefined requirement or changed based on our evolution. After 7 months you need to walk. Do we ever have it? At 8th month you need to have a teeth. Did we ever had it? For some it is 8 months, for some it is 12 months. It changes. The requirement changes based on individual people. Right? At school, when it comes to studies, at school also we followed the same thing. First 3 months, we learn monthly portion, weekly portions. Then we test that as quarterly, right? We continuously studied, re-study, study, re-study, okay? And collected as 6 months. Then it is a year, right? For our final exams, right? Yeah. Then we take that syllabus. Did we ever study for the final exam? On the moment you joined the school, you studied for that, not for the end. Yeah?
We started studying for the final.
We started studying for final, but what we studied is that month's portion, not final years, right? Oops, something happened. Okay. We integrated the previous month learning and validated continuously, right? Then we evolved our ways in solving the problems. How many of us did group study? How many of us did individual, a room, timetable and lot of things, right? So we find different ways to go through. None of us had studied for PUC exam from the day one of schooling. If anybody studied like that, please let me know. Right? We never learned everything on a single go. We never know algebra on LKG. But now that's the expectation. All of us reached out for assistance with parents, teachers, siblings when required. We never been in a shell oh no, if I ask question, what will my brother think? We immediately, hey, brother, please help me out. I am not able to do this math. Or we go to tuitions, right? We adapted to the study pattern based on individuals, right? Okay, this time I got C. Okay, how do I increase to B? We never target immediately with the A. Yes, our parents target, but we never target. Correct? So when we moved to the college, we did the same thing. We find multiple ways to attract opposites. Correct? We try to impress the one who impressed us. Okay, using simple methods, not using complex methods. We never succeeded in all the ways, but the succeeded ways are taken forward. Not succeeded ones, we learned it and moved ahead. Okay, that's what I call it as we refactor ourselves to make things work and achieve an agreeable romantic life. Not the romantic life we expect, but something we mutually agree. Correct? Yes.
Give it to the repeater.
Yeah. Okay.
How many tattoos can you get?
Agree. Agreeable limit. Okay. So, our goal changes by better understanding. How many of you guys thought you will become a doctor or what is that? Ice cream seller? Right? We thought of that. Even my kid now expects him to go to space. I do not know what he will become, but he wants to go to space. That is the initial goals. But what are we now? As we grow, our goal changes. Okay, based on our understanding and our expectations.
Sorry, you said your son wants to be an astronaut.
Yes.
Is that something that you encourage, or do you
encourage
tell him, no, you'll never be an
No,
astronaut?
I am encouraging him that you study well, we will go to the space.
We.
I'm bored. At home I am bored. See, a Scrum Master's job is also to direct the team on a way that makes the goal achievable. Okay. Sometimes you need to be dictatorial. Sometimes you need to be very lenient. Sometimes don't even care about it. It will happen. Okay. Based on what, when you design it. So, based on our understanding, we change our total goal. Many of us who thought I will be a doctor became actress. Correct? Yeah, all actors feel this. Exactly. That is what I am saying. So your goal is not fixed. Your goal changes based on your understanding and your requirement of that particular time. Right? So that's what I try to highlight here. When I say as goal, if you link with a product or software development, your end result of your feature. That may change, but we cannot say, no, you cannot change it. If you change it, we will not be able to deliver. It changes always. Change is part of our life. That's how we live. Okay? So let's now come to the career side of it. All we discuss is the personal side. This is career. We joined the work army as a freshers, right? We stopped being agile. Can you give me an example of this? We stopped being agile.
So whenever you are in doubt, you stopped asking people because you assume that they will think you are an idiot.
Perfect. Okay. The next, we want this situation where someone commits a deliverable on our behalf. We did that, right? We don't deliver. We don't say this is what I can do. Yes, boss. You manager, you told me, I will do it. We never said no at all. Okay, that's what I mean as we stop being agile. Okay. Second is we hardwire our brain with an attitude that we will follow what our leaders say. Boss is always correct. Right? They know best and can commit for us. They know how we can do it. They will help us. Right? They will find ways to solve our problems. These are the things we not assume, we hardwire it. Not assume. The moment you enter into a company, okay, I need to talk to my TL or module lead to understand what I need to do today. Not what I need to do today, that fits the development. We don't need to use all our values that we achieved. What I mean as values is knowledge. Okay, you are telling this method, I will do this method. Whether that method is right or wrong, we don't care about it. Right?
It's the same after the marriage, right?
Yes. Yes. For married guys, yes. For singles, yeah. They are in a different world.
Dreamy world.
Huh?
Still in a dreamy
yes.
world.
Yes. Are we not following agile in our career progression? We do. Okay? None of us became an architect from our freshman year in any software company. Never. No one hires you as an architect or a manager on the day one. You need experience, you need to gain that, you need to learn for that. Do you remember how hard you worked during our software engineer life to get that senior software engineer? From software engineer to senior software engineer. Day and nights, learn lot of things. We do, though we agree to what they do, what they say, but we also learn extra and do it. We followed our agile in our career by taking one step at a time, not long steps. We marched ahead by adding new goals once we achieved the old ones. We never stayed in the same place. Right? Adding more value continuously and evolving our knowledge to solve a problem. If you ask a software engineer how to connect to internet, he'll say one way, but if I ask to an architect, that will be a different answer, not the same way. Right? And we are the same people who are asking, how can I develop a software that has product backlog that changes constantly? How do I develop a product without knowing its full system design? Now, let me ask a question to you. I want you to ask yourself a question. Am I agile? Thank you. Any questions? I'm open.
Are you again?
See? I have support. Any questions? Any thoughts? Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Albert is here. I was having lunch.
On time.
Okay, how was this talk?
And this is my contact, guys.
Right.
All my contacts.